You know that feeling you get sometimes where the web seems to be reading your mind? Yeah, that's not an accident. We're in the middle of this huge shift, moving away from those old, static, one-size-fits-all pages and into a new era. An era of intelligent websites that literally adapt to us in real time. So let's dive right in and unpack the AI that's making this whole thing happen.
And this quote, man, it just hits the nail on the head. The days of a website being this kind of digital brochure, the same exact thing for every single person who clicks on it, those days are gone. They're officially over. See, today, relevance isn't just a nice little bonus, it's something we expect from the moment we land on a page.
I mean, just think about it for a second. Have you ever gone back to an online store and bam, it shows you the exact thing you were looking for? Or you visit a news site and it's not just random headlines, but articles you actually want to read. That feeling, that's the Holy Grail. And it's all powered by some seriously smart tech working behind the scenes.
Okay, so how did we even get to this point? Well, this didn't just happen overnight. It was really driven by a huge, fundamental change in what we as consumers have come to expect.
It's really like a perfect storm of a few different things. First up, we've all been trained by services like Netflix and Amazon. You could call it the Netflix effect, right? We just expect recommendations made just for us now. And that just pours gasoline on the fire of competition. I mean, with so many options out there, that little personalized touch is how a brand can actually stand out from the crowd. Plus, let's be honest, our attention spans are not what they used to be. Brands have literally seconds to grab us. And if that experience isn't seamless, if it feels different on their app versus their website versus social media, that connection is just poof, gone. Now, to really get why this is such a big deal, we kind of have to look back at what the internet used to be like. For a long, long time, most websites were just static, like a fixed poster. And that old model, well, it just doesn't work anymore. It creates some pretty serious problems in the world we live in today. And I mean, the difference is just night and day. In the old days, every single person saw the exact same content. If you wanted to change one little thing, you had to get a developer to go in and manually update it. It was so slow. Now compare that to today. A dynamic website can change its message, its special offers, heck, even its whole layout for every single visitor. And it's all being optimized by AI in like the blink of an eye.
And look, these weren't just small annoyances. They were real business problems. You have generic messaging? Well, that means people just aren't going to engage. Every time a visitor wasn't shown a relevant product to add on, that was a missed sale. And oh my gosh, there is nothing worse than clicking a super personalized email only to be dumped on a generic Hello World homepage. It's so jarring. It's pretty much a guaranteed way to lose someone for good.
And this is where our hero, artificial intelligence, steps onto the stage. AI is the engine under the hood. It's what lets a website stop being a boring, static page and start becoming a living, breathing platform that actually responds to you.
So, AI has this really sophisticated playbook it runs to make all this magic happen. It builds the personalized experience piece by piece. First, it can adapt the content you see in real time. Then, it can serve up those Netflix-style recommendations we all know. It can even adjust pricing based on things like demand. It's also smart enough to consider context, like where you are or what time of day it is. And get this, it can even start to predict what you'll want next, sometimes rearranging the whole site layout just to make things a little bit easier for you.
Okay, let's zoom in on that last one for a second, because predictive personalization is a total game changer. This is where AI stops just reacting to what you've already done and starts anticipating what you're about to do. It's all about making your journey completely seamless, basically having the answer ready before you even know you have the question. It's wild. And if you're wondering if this actually works, well, here's the impact. The data is pretty clear. Websites that deliver these kinds of personalized experiences can see their conversion rates jump by as much as 80%. 80! That's not a small number. That is a massive, massive difference. And look, this isn't some far-off sci-fi theory. This stuff is happening right now. If we peek under the hood, you'll see all these powerful tools making it possible. You've got companies like Dynamic Yield and Mutiny handling those real-time content swaps. Then you have the heavy hitters like Adobe and Salesforce, using their AI to power those predictive experiences we were just talking about. This tech is already here, and it's actively shaping the web for all of us.
But, and there's always a but, right? All this incredible power doesn't come for free. It brings its own set of pretty big challenges. And honestly, getting this right means walking a very, very fine line between being helpful and being, well, let's just say, a little creepy.
Seriously, it's like navigating a minefield.
First, you've got all the data privacy laws, things like GDPR in Europe or CCPA in California. You absolutely have to get that right. Then there's the risk of what you could call over-personalization, where you just cross that invisible line from being helpful into being straight up weird. And maybe most importantly, everything depends on having good data. Because if your data's bad, the experience you create is going to be just as bad.
And this right here, this is the golden rule of all of this. An AI model is an incredibly powerful tool, but it's not magic. If you feed it junk data, inaccurate, incomplete stuff, it's just going to spit out junk experiences that are irrelevant and, frankly, super frustrating. You've all heard it, garbage in, garbage out. It's that simple. Good, clean data is the absolute foundation for everything we're talking about.
All right, so let's start to wrap this up. What does this all mean for the future of the web? Well, it means we're moving into a completely new era, an adaptive era. If there's one thing you take away from this, let it be this. The very idea of what a website is changing. It's no longer just a static destination you visit to find information. It's becoming an intelligent platform, a service that literally reconfigures itself on the fly to be as helpful as possible just for you, right in that moment. And that leaves us with a really fascinating question to chew on. As this technology gets more and more powerful, we as users, as creators, as a society, we all have to figure out where that line is. What's the difference between a helpful suggestion and a digital intrusion? What makes an experience feel perfectly seamless, and what makes it feel uncomfortable? The answer to that question is really going to define what the web of tomorrow looks and feels like.